Welcome to PickaxeMania. I am RoelandCache, and we're here today with KansasCityGirl.
Hello.
And we're going to answer questions. We had the Ask Cache question book, which we had a long time ago, and it's been going on. Everyone's like, Cache, when are you going to do a video? And I'm like, well, when I get time. So here we go. We're going to try to take some time and start answering some of these questions. And since I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer every question myself, I've got KansasCityGirl to help me out.
Awesome.
All right, so I've got a whole inventory here full of books, and we're just going to go through these. These are random. They are in no particular order, and we're going to see what we can do. All right, let's get started with our first question here. And let's go ahead and read this. First thing, who is this by? I don't even know. CupcakeGirl. All right. First thing, hello. Second thing, I would just like to know, what do you have to do to run Pickaxe? A lot of people have fun on the server, and I would like to know what exactly you have to do to keep the server up and running. I think people would appreciate the fact that you do as much for us on the server, and I personally would like to thank you for everything you have done. Yours truly, CupcakeGirl. All right. Well, what makes... Kansas, I'll give this to you. What do you think makes the server good?
You. Really. To have, someone who wants a good server who is clean and just fun to go build wherever you want to. I just think it's just the, people have the idea.
Right. And CupcakeGirl joined us. What is your feedback?
I think people have really good building and they have really good stuff. I like how they build and I like the server.
Well, good. And but the question is what do we do to make it fun? Or what is the magic? And I think the magic is the users. It's the players on the server that make it that make the community. If it was just me, it wouldn't be a lot of fun.
I think we couldn't have the server without the players. It'd just be a ghost town.
Yeah.
From a server perspective, I think it's just defining rules and enforcing those rules. And I mean, it's basically if you look at a family unit and how it operates or how it should operate, is that you have guidelines and you enforce them. It's like playing a game. You're playing football, you go out of bounds, you get banned.
Yeah.
It's a little different. There you get a flag, but so let's go ahead and keep on going. We're going to go to the next question here, and it's going to be, let me go there. Trees. Cyberland Gamer. Okay. Make a warp portal to a tree farm where there are a bunch of trees in a greenhouse, please. Thanks. Well, I don't know if we really need that because we do have the ability to chop down trees very easily and just about anywhere. So I'm not sure we need a tree farm, but I think it's a great idea. What do you guys think?
I think we should just have some more portals to open forests because, I remember right when we started 1.7, there was this great big forest that I had a little house in right next to the portal. I came back a day or two ago. The whole forest was cleared. So I think we just need some more portals to forests and, doing stuff yourself makes the server fun.
Okay.
I think we don't need a tree farm, but it's a good idea. But we have so many trees in our world that you can just teleport to places and go places where there's a forest and stuff to cut down trees.
Well, yeah, but I think an example against my opinion is that the Savannah portal, everybody to cut down all the trees, and so I did change that. It goes to a new Savannah, so we can do that. But anyway, I don't know if we need a tree farm per se, but maybe we need a place that people can go and get trees easily. I don't know. We'll work on that. I think it's a good topic for us to kind of consider on what to do and how to best implement that. All right, we got Blue Turtle.
Where's the rain?
Did you turn it off? Well, things have changed since she asked this question.
Yeah.
And the rain is
recently.
back. And, you know, just the other day I was thinking I ought to turn the rain back off. Because every time it rains, everyone's like, turn the rain off. And I'm like, turn the rain off. But then, you know, occasionally we like it to rain. I wish it would just rain,
When you want it to.
you know, rarely.
Yeah, like
Never.
sometimes. it could be sometimes,
But
but
everybody has their own
not
opinions on the rain.
forever.
Right. Okay, well, I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings on this. But it is turned off, and will we turn it off again? Or no, it's not turned off now, but will we turn it off again? Perhaps. I don't know. Okay, so let's go to the next question here. And this is by no. This is that's got to be MLG. That's pretty funny. Yeah. What's your record loads of laundry in one day?
Oh, this is a good
Super
question.
Dad Cash. Well, you know, it's kind of funny because when you guys were gone on weekend, because I was behind in laundry, I think I did 11 or maybe it was 13 loads of
said
laundry.
13.
13 loads of laundry in one day. And now, of course, MLG was like, wow, that's awesome. You're like Super Dad. And I'm like, well, you know, I've kind of been behind. I don't know if Super Dad would get behind in laundry or not.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, but yes, I can do it when I need to. And I like to do it all at once. But at the same time, I really don't like doing it.
I like your question, MLG.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to this one here, and it is by Captain Pieman.
I just like his name.
What do you get for being the player of the day? Well, that's a fantastic question.
Yeah, that's a really good question because we just got it.
Because player of the day, we've been doing since the 1st of February, and everyone seems to enjoy it. You get the ability to fly, and all of the VIP commands are at your fingertips. And you also get probably the most cherished part of Player of the Day, and that's the enchanted armor and the enchanted tools. And
Yeah.
they're fully enchanted
That's nice.
up to the max.
I thought
But
I
you
liked
can
that.
use them more than that day.
Yeah, and you
But
can
the
use them
flying
more
you
than
can
that
only
day.
Use that day though.
That's right. Yep, the VIP is only good for that day, but the reward, even if you're not online that day, you can always claim your reward later and still get those. So, all right, and let's go to the next one here. Chocolate Cow.
I like that. I just like everybody's username.
Yeah. Cash, how do you make PickaxeMania so awesome? Well, again, I think this goes back to the previous questions. Well, actually, there's another page here. Okay. So what makes it awesome? I think it's just, I don't know. I mean, one of the struggles I had with other servers and why I started PickaxeMania was no open building. You go in, you try to start to build, and then you know you would be stopped from doing that, or you couldn't go here. You'd be walking along, and all of a sudden, I can't go in. You know, and there's just force field up, and I don't know. It was just always frustrating. And then I would build something if I could actually build, and then I would go back and it would be griefed, and then I would ask for help, and there'd be nobody there, and it wasn't any fun. So that's why I started PickaxeMania. And I just envisioned what I thought the perfect server would be, and I've implemented that. But of course, it took, you know, all of the players and everybody joining and the right mix of people to make it happen.
It's very spoken so beautifully.
All right. Okay, let's move on. And we've got, let's see here. I think we skipped some, but we'll go back. This is Slater. All right. Wow, it's a long one. All right, let me start off by saying how wonderful it is to have such an involved owner and that you always want to improve the server. Now, a few questions. Since I am such a complainer, I can't /me or /unstuck two things promised to members. Is there a problem there? Okay, well, before we jump into all these questions, we'll just answer them in a row.
Yeah, I think, /me, we had a problem. There was tons of people doing /me, and they were using it very, very silly. And they were all...
And it was overboard. There was just too much of it.
Even I did it, so I'm not.
And even when people were warned, hey, this is going to go away if you keep doing it, they kept doing it. So, but yeah, it's kind of fun to do. But when it's used continuously, it's really annoying. Yeah. As far as unstuck, that actually got promoted up to the VIP level. So with VIP, you can get that command. Let's see. Could we possibly look into a plugin for toggleable PvP? Well, yes, we are. Well, there's a couple different things. Number one is we could implement it so that even in the current world, those who opt in to be part of PvP can fight other players with PvP in the normal survival world. If you don't opt into that, then you don't have to worry about it. I don't know if I want that or not. But we are kind of toying around with some different arenas and some different things that will allow you to either bring your own stuff or use what's given to you. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and everybody's got a different preference, and it's hard to figure out what the best way it is to implement that. Okay, the next part of this is also a plugin for group chats working on the castle is hard with the bustling chat as it is. Okay, so what do you think?
I think that's a really good idea for, like, I don't know, players within 100 blocks of you. I think you said you saw that on some other server once, or you could chat within 100 blocks, someone in 100 blocks of you, because that'd be really nice, like, especially for small towns.
Right. We can implement that, but the problem in the past we've had is when you're not working in an area with other people, and you want it, because everybody's used to talking across the server and, without distance being a factor. And so when you introduce that and force it on everybody, it becomes difficult to do it. Now, if we were to have a separate channel and that you could create a channel and then talk into that channel, I think I would be more open to that. But again, I think it's going to cause a lot of confusion for people that are going to assume that they're either talking to everybody or they're not talking in, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I get confused with all my different chats. Like, I'll be, like, private messaging someone. I'll be trying to say something out loud, like, I do /R and I reply to the wrong person, and it's just...
And then there's Mary chat, which is kind of the same thing, and it's...
That drives me insane.
So, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like... It's not that bad now. I mean, there is a lot of chat going on, but I think it's, as much that comes in for me to try to absorb when I join the server with everybody private messaging me and saying hi and everything like that, that can be overbearing. But if I didn't have that factor, I think I could keep track of everything that was going on. All right, and let's see. The next part of this is, what's it feel like when you get 30 plus people on?
Crazy.
It is busy. It's fun. It's a good feeling that people are choosing to come to the server, and before it was just more like when we listed on one of the server listing sites like Planet Minecraft or somewhere else, and we get a surge on and then it would go back down. But on the weekends now, it's not uncommon just to see 30 people, and we didn't even list it. And with like 80 plus people, on the weekend spending over an hour on the server, it's a lot of time. So it's a good feeling. I don't want to be proud about it. But it's just a good feeling.
Makes you happy.
Yep, I think it makes everybody happy. Okay, and so let's see. How valuable do you find the players? Well, I think we discussed this already here in this conversation. Is that it's the players that make the difference. With just cash on the server, it would be really boring. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be a lot of fun. So, yes, the players are the most important piece of the server, because without them, there wouldn't really be a server. How do you feel? Let's see. How do you feel? Who do you feel works hardest as staff? Well, that's...
Everybody. I think everybody pushes their hardest to work for the staff. And, there have been people, who've kind of disappeared over a long time, but they usually told us they were going to go and made sure that,
Yeah, everybody's got different schedules and different time zones and different, just, I don't know. I don't really think there's anybody that works harder or less. I'm sure that there may be some staff members that might disagree with that. But we're not really I'm not measuring people by their, who's working the hardest. I just want to know who is helping and participating. That's more important. And last but not least, do you follow chat pretty closely when online? I try to, but not always. Sometimes I'm, if I'm focused on rebuilding Spawn, then good luck trying to get a hold of me. Sometimes Kansas will yell upstairs, Dad, check your chat. And so we'll take care of that. This is 103. Let's see. Is it okay for me to make Minecraft videos with the server? I don't want griefers on here. So, yes, make videos. I don't have any complaints.
Spread the word.
Spread the word. And I'm not too worried about griefers. I think we got a pretty good handle on them. And so let's go. Let's see here. What do we got here? We got another question. Did that one. We did that one.
Then we didn't do that one.
We didn't do that one, did we? I think that's the last one. I think you should add Plot to Me. It is fun, and also maybe update the website. It needs more mini games, and best server ever. And you did a good job. What?
Plot Me is that plugin that you're talking about. You can't really, sometimes you can't go into other people's plots. You can't build on them. You can't open anything. Sometimes you can't leave them, and that's one of the things. It's a good idea for like maybe Creative World if you could add owners to the Plot Me, but Plot Me has not been a very happy plugin for me.
Yeah, and I think that was one of my complaints about some of the other servers was that inability to even enter somebody's house when they're not there. I'm not there to grief. I just wanted to look around and see what they got going on. But lock it. You can do that too. You can lock the door. But I don't know. It's different when the door is locked. That's normal life. But if you're just walking along, doody-doody-doo, and all of a sudden you can't go anywhere, and there's like an invisible force field, that's like Star Trek. That's not real life.
I know.
And as far as the website needing updating, yes, it needs updated. I agree. It's old and it's kind of ugly. But the thing is, would you rather me spending time on the website, or do you want me spending time, building the server and making it better and then making these videos?
Because even when we did have this great website, there was 5 people on the forums.
Right. It just wasn't used. And even when I put all the commands and did a lot of the stuff online, people are like, I just want to read it, in the game. And so I've been trying to take more advantage of some of the different options to be able to present more information in game. All right. Now we've got more questions actually. So let's keep going here. We may split this up into 2 videos. I'll probably cut this part out. And there's more questions up in this is from like a while back.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Well, who was this first? I didn't even look. This is Bill. All right.
I don't remember Bill. Sorry.
Dero, I would like to build with you while you record. Or I can help you build a spawn. Leave a sign with an answer at my house at Cuckoo's Town. Please answer. Love you, sure. Well, when we have a spawn contest, you're more than happy to, attempt to build a spawn. We already kind of did that here at the end of last year. So much time and effort went into the spawn. I don't plan on changing it anytime soon. And what do you think?
I think, I like, it's a great idea, leaving a sign at his house, but, people have so many talents, it's not like we can just, Cuckoo may not be on, we can't find you, there's no way to get to the village, and, sorry, Bill.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't even know where to even put the sign. But definitely mail on the server works good for sending messages to each other when you're not there. Okay, let's go to the next one here, and 103. Okay, so here we go. I have an idea. You should add more ranks to boost income And add to those ranks disguise. It is fun and playful, and plug-in the players can disguise as mobs, and you can enable or disable whether you have a mob or not. Let's see here. I hope it can help. Okay. Well, we've had the disguise plugin before, and even during kind of Halloween, we enabled it for everybody to play around with it, and it actually started creating a lot of lag on the server. Used occasionally for fun, it's fun, but I think when everybody starts using it, it just kind of becomes a burden to the server.
Because it's like impossible to see any human Minecraft Steves. There's all chickens running around, and there's golden blocks flying through the air, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, it's fun now and then, but maybe we can do a disguise day again or something.
Why don't we do that maybe sometime this summer or Halloween again?
Yeah, well, maybe we can do it before Halloween, but yeah, I think maybe we can have a day or two that maybe it's just disguise weekend. And it'd be kind of fun. You can flop around as a chicken. Okay, let's go to the next one here. And we've got Cyberland Gamer again. And what did I just do? Okay. Can there be a house complex warp that has around 20 house spaces, and someone has to buy a house spot, and then they can build a house along with their own ground? I would love that, because I cannot find a place to build my house, thanks. Well, there's a million towns on the server, and where you can buy plots and you can do things, but in my experience, at least with the players of PickaxeMania, is that you build a plot, you build a little house, and then you go off and you build your own thing. The goal with PickaxeMania was that it was open building, and so once you get outside of spawn, you can build anywhere. So to say that there's nowhere to build, there's a ton of places to build. In fact, the entire server you can build on. But as far as like towns and organized towns, I don't really see that as being like something that really has been taking ground on our server. What do you think?
Yeah, that's
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings on it, but we have them, so I don't know that. I mean, Cupcake's building a plot city now, and you can go there and you can pay 10 and get a plot, and 20, I think she'll build it for you.
Yeah. See, everybody's in fact, I get the questions I can't find anywhere to build with more people. That's what my problem is. Everybody's trying to find places with people. Then every occasional you try to find somewhere open.
And perhaps that's the fault of the server, is that because it's so open and you can build anywhere, you can just go off and have your own little region. I mean, because the world is humongous and you're not limited to where you can build. And so when you go to other servers, you may be limited to those certain spots, and maybe that creates more of a town than when it's just open range. But I'm not going to change the open range policy, but there's always give and take on servers and how they're done. So, but yeah, they do exist and they're there. They're just not maybe what people had in mind. All right, so let's go to the next one here, and X-Tech. What does X-Tech have for me? Cache. So, what's your favorite book or author, and what possessed you to create PickaxeMania originally? Well, I think the last question we already discussed many times, and so I don't think I need to answer that one again. But my favorite book, well, I would have to say that my favorite book is the Bible. And who is the author of the Bible? Is God. And the Bible says it's God breathed. And so, yes, it was a man or men who penned it, but it was actually inspired by God, and it was actually God's words there. And there, you ask it. What do you think? What's your favorite book besides the Bible?
I'd have to come back to you on that one.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not a huge book person. I'm not a huge book reader. Kansas, she likes reading books.
Yeah, I could just read books all day, but Cash, he can stand to read 2 pages of a book.
Yeah, I think it's the Lack of focus. All right. Next question.
That's nice.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm not sure who gave that to us.
Oh,
Ayers.
Again, 1 out of 3. That was real helpful.
I'll have to look at that and see.
I'm
Okay.
Just kidding.
Let's see. What's your favorite indie game? Indiana Jones. What is an indie game?
You told
Perhaps
me.
this is my. I know what an indie movie is. An independent movie. It's not.
I think like Minecraft is an indie game.
Yeah. I don't know if it is
like,
anymore because it's.
Unless it's just like a normal game you play, like everybody else plays. I don't know. They're all gaming on the internet and all that stuff.
Maybe it's like Cowboys and Indians.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Just to broaden it into games. I like playing balloons on the phone, on my iPhone or the iPad, and there was a time I liked Angry Birds, but that's a has-been type thing, and even balloons I'm kind of getting tired of. I kind of go through stages on that, and I can't think of any other games. There was kind of a race game. What was that one?
I really don't remember.
You drive the truck over the mountains.
What?
Oh, what is it called?
What?
I don't know. I had to look it up. But you have to buy gas and you get things, and you can have the 4-wheel drive, and it's got the old guy who breaks his neck.
Oh yeah, Hill Climb Racing.
Hill Climb Racing, yes.
It's a game on the App Store.
Yeah, that's kind of fun too. All right, let's see. What's your favorite color? Well, that's obvious. It's orange. I love orange.
Get him an orange flower.
I've got an orange wall in my office, and in our old house we had orange in the kitchen.
Yeah, but you used to like blue until you found orange wool in Minecraft. So.
Yeah, blue is probably my second color. I like a darker blue. Okay. And how did you find Minecraft? Well, let's let Kansas tell you.
Okay, so a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far away,
about 3 years ago.
Yeah, we were, watching YouTube videos on random stuff. We didn't really game that much. Not at all, but we found a YouTube video, and it says cool things about Minecraft you'd like, and it showed some amazing things like a giant neon cat and a giant castle, and okay, let's check out this game. And so,
I think after we placed our first block, we were addicted.
Well, I remember coming home from school, and in the car you're telling me I'm like, hey, did you get that Minecraft game? He's like, yeah, and apparently he flew up so high he couldn't get down. One of the funniest things is I screamed when I first saw a zombie. That was so funny. I can remember the exact house we were in, and
yeah, I can see that too.
I could just picture
as
it.
you were screaming, running to the
and
other
I
room.
hid behind. I was only a few years younger.
Yeah.
I think it was the sound that scared me. Roar.
Brr, brr.
I think the zombies need longer sleeves.
Okay, so we've got DBX, Nara. I don't know. Nara. Is that Nara? No.
What? Wait, did we just? Oh.
Oh, I think I don't know.
I think we messed up. So.
Anyway, we just answered those questions. So let's go to the next one here. Fashion lover. Wait, why am I streaming? How did that happen? Okay. What made you start PickaxeMania? Well, I think we covered that. So I don't think I need to answer that question again, but you and everybody else want to know that. And so we've already answered that. But thank you very much. Feel free to ask more questions. Oh, wait. Let's look and see who this is first here. This is 4Creeper. Okay. Dear RoelandCache, could you get the Mo Animals mod? It seems very fun. Well, I could be mistaken here, but I've looked into it, and it requires some other plugins and add different functionality to the server, and it was just not something I want to do. But I don't know. I'm not necessarily against it. It just seemed like it required more things to put on the server. I didn't want to deal with that. What do you think?
I think, if it's a mod, is it a mod?
It's a plugin.
Okay, so.
But I don't know. I don't even know what it does.
More animals, it seems like.
Well, horses were part of that before horses came out in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And so I think that the horses in Minecraft actually came, some of that code actually came from the guy that did that. But
I think I had a mod pack one on like TechIt or something when I messed around with TechIt a long time ago. I think it had the more animals mods. But, I think I had like a turtle or something.
Right.
An alligator or dolphins or sharks. I don't know.
I don't know, but if they're anything like silverfish, they can stay away.
Yeah.
I don't like silverfish at all. Okay. All right, we got more questions coming, and we're going to zoom over and get some more books, and we'll be right back. In fact, there were so many questions when I removed some of the books, more came in from the hoppers. So let's get going. This is kind of fun, though. Wait, let's see who this is first. This is Mighty. All right. Hey, Roland, I just want to know, why are you so awesome? Everything is awesome. Isn't that what the movie says?
Yeah.
How many of you like the Lego movie?
Everybody?
Everybody?
Because everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Especially when you build as a team. I got that song in my head now.
I don't know. I don't know that I'm awesome, but I appreciate the comments. I think that you are awesome, Mighty. All right, let's see here. Let's do because she's the one with the awesome buildings. I mean, they are awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm not building awesome stuff like that.
She's amazing.
Yes.
She's got talent.
Okay, so we got another one here. This is going to be LB.
I don't know.
LBG.
I don't know.
I feel like there's people like on those TV shows. Okay. Hi, I really enjoy playing here, but when I cut down trees, it glitches and the block of wood moves down a space. That's by design.
Yeah.
It just really annoys me because it makes my wood, it flies everywhere too, and it happens on every computer I play on, but not my single player games. Please check into this. Okay, well, this actually is not a bug. It's not glitchy. It is actually a plugin that we have called Chop Tree, and it allows you to easily chop down a tree without having to go up in the air. It just comes down to you. This is different than the one that we had that would it's getting really loud. It was different than the one that you would just chop down the bottom one and then it would all fall. But you can actually turn that off. I believe the command is /chop tree, and you can turn it off, and you can chop down trees like you normally would in single player.
Hey, but remember our old plugin? People were just cutting down trees like crazy. The jungles were going wild, and I've been on a few free build servers that didn't have the be able to cut down anything plugins, and the trees were they went up like halfway and totally ruined everything. But yeah,
I don't like floating trees. They really annoy me. In fact, when I see floating trees, I try to get rid of them. In fact, I want to have like a
floating tree free server.
I want a floating tree team that would just fly around and look for floating trees and get rid of them. Because we actually have a tool that we can use, and it's to get rid of floating trees. And you just go up there and you tap it with like a golden shovel, and boom, the tree's gone.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. Everything is awesome. All right, this is from Epix and RoelandCache, Cupcake, and Kansas. Some of us on the server do have YouTube accounts. Some of us do need subs too. I was wondering if you could add a rank called YouTuber. No wacky permissions, just a title, so we could get more subscriptions. Thanks. I don't know if we don't necessarily need a special ranking for that. I think if I saw more YouTube videos from people, then maybe we could work out something that they could get a special, maybe like a little extra icon or something.
Yeah, I thought that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I don't
YouTuber rank.
Well, yeah, and I don't have a problem with people, wanting to promote YouTube accounts and wanting to get more subscribers and that sort of thing. Maybe it's something we could put a webpage up, and list everybody's stuff and just link to it. That might be easier to do.
And you could even get more subscriptions.
And then
way.
you would get more subscriptions that way. Okay, yeah, let's
followers and whatever you do.
We'll definitely consider that. If we don't do anything about it, just give me a holler. Captain Miner, what do I do to be an admin? Well, the first thing you have to do is be a moderator, and that's a coveted position. I mean, there's so many people apply for moderator, and there's just not enough positions. I know I run things a lot differently than other servers. Where you just kind of become a moderator. If you want to be a moderator, you become a moderator. And to me, being part of the staff is a special ranking. And it's what makes this server different from the other servers. It's just not possible. I mean, if if everybody that walked into Best Buy wanted to work there and put in their applications, they wouldn't be able to hire everybody. And they would only hire the people that best fit the time schedule that they need. And so when I look for people, I don't just look for, there's many criteria, and I'm not going to go into those details, but, for example, we recently added Mighty to the moderator staff. And the reason is, she's awesome because she builds these epic things, and she's from Denmark. And so she's on the server at completely different time zones than what most of the other staff is. And so it provides great coverage. And Lul is back as an admin, and he's in Sweden. And so he provides, an admin to cover the times that when most of the other staff is not there. Did you have anything to add to that?
Well explained.
Well explained. Okay. And to be an admin then is you have to be a moderator, and we only pick, I only pick from the moderators on who's going to be admin, and being admin is just a few extra privileges than a moderator. It's really not an epic position. I think that the admins would agree with that.
Actually, I do have something to say. People always asking me, it's like, when do I get to be mod? I always applied, and it's like, people will say, oh, blah, 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 said I could be admin. I'm like, sure. But it's just funny. People are just like, admin, you just need to really think about what you're going to do if you really want to be an admin or moderator or any part of the staff.
Right. And asking me over and over and over, when do I get to be mod, isn't going to help you out. And unfortunately, there are good people that I think that they would be a good mod, but we don't have an opening. And then next month when we have an opening, they're not as active as they were. And so I'm also looking at who's active, and I'm just really looking in the past month. I'm not looking beyond that.
Well, see, what you just said is sometimes then once the people actually if you were to give them the moderator, then they'd be more active, if you see what I'm saying.
Right. I mean, potentially, but we've also seen it where we make somebody a moderator and then we don't see him anymore.
Yeah, for like a month.
So it's just, but I think that just goes back to everybody's schedule changes.
Yeah.
Even our schedule changes. Okay, this is from Bacon, 99 Bacon. Awesome name, by the way. Dear Cache, your server is amazing, and I wanted to know if there is any anti-griefing plugins that you were going to use. I know there were some where you can set home and other people can't grief. Please consider some sort of plug. Well, we kind of went into this in some of the other questions. Recently I did play. There was a new plugin. It was with some of the other plugins we're actually using on the server, and it seemed like a simple way to kind of create, maybe one or two little areas that, you could protect. And then I could control whether or not you could limit people from going in the house or not, which I wouldn't allow anyway. I wouldn't give that functionality out. But the first thing that happened was a conflict, and that nobody could kill animals. You could kill mobs, but you couldn't kill any animals. And it ended up being that plugin, and so I just yanked it out. So again, I don't know. I played with some of these plugins, And I don't like them. I don't like them. I'd rather add staff to deal with grief.
Like, just, I remember when we had that little plugin, I went and made up my own area. It was just so confusing, and, I set it more than 2, and I'm like, oops, I didn't mean to do this, and it's like I already had, I think it was a diamond ore block that you use, and, I had diamond ore blocks that I was going to place in things anyways, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, and at the spawn, we had some diamond ore, and it was causing issues too because the area was so big that it covered. But again, and also I look at it not just from a protection standpoint, but from an administrative standpoint, just dealing with that plugin and dealing with all the questions. How do you do this? What do you do? What do you do? How do you do this? I don't know if we would gain anything by that.
Like, people, if you really don't want someone in your house, just ask staff. They can, sometimes, like, even today, I've had to send someone, to spawn or somewhere really far away where they couldn't teleport back. Because, certain people don't like certain people coming back.
Right. Yeah, and, I think that's just the thing where if somebody requests that you not hang around them, that you just go on your merry way unless there's some particular major issue that you need sorted out. But that's just a general respect. I think at school, not everybody wants to hang out with you, and that may be a good thing, that may be a bad thing, depending on your perspective on that and how you handle that. But just realize that there's somebody out there that would be more than happy to be friends with you on the server, and it's just trying to find that match on the server. All right, and who is this? This was
I ate my unicorn.
Oh, is this Foxy?
Yep, that's Foxy.
All right. Hey, Roland, I am fairly new to the server, and I just started Friday, and I don't know when this was, and I literally have been playing for over 14 hours already, and I am addicted. Awesome server. Congrats. You win Dad of the Year award. Like, seriously, come on. You're awesome. I was quick to the trigger for applying for mod, but since we haven't really talked, I was wondering if you would like an email or Skype so that make like a resume, express my skills. Well, I think we've already talked about being a moderator. If you're new, you're probably not going to get a moderator anytime soon. That's not to say you won't, and you can apply if you're new. But there's so many people in the queue to look at and consider. But again, Mighty was kind of an exception to that. She came on and just, was on forever, and she's been on like 15 days now, and for less than 2 months, and she became a moderator.
And there's just these, amazing people who, are awesome after a week of joining, who are just so friendly, and, we want to make them part of our staff to make the server better.
Yeah, and sometimes there's references and they were admin somewhere else, and so anyway, there's other factors involved, and it's hard to make the decision. It's really kind of a gut instinct that I go with, what it usually comes down to. And it's funny because Foxy asked me a question yesterday. Why, when you cuss, does it charge the $1,000? The 1,000 server coins when you cuss, because if you're used to cussing and it's hard for you to stop. Well, my response was, you shouldn't cuss because that's bad for just your life. That's not a good thing. You need to control your mouth. That's simple as that. I mean, I know when you're younger and it may be kind of fun to say those words. In a sense, because I used to say some of those words when I was like junior high. And so, but I can tell you from experience that you're better off not saying those words, and people will appreciate what comes out of your mouth more if you watch what you're saying. And so, and as I told Foxy, I said the other option would be, instead of charging 1,000, would be to ban. And they said, no. We'll go with the 1,000. We'll just deal with that.
Well, I I remember a long time ago we had a plugin where, instead of cussing, it would replace it to something, or it would just, delete the message at all. And, even something that had, like, because, sometimes if someone really wants to cuss, they'll, put it secretly hidden in a word or something.
Or spell it differently, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, I tried to, say stuff, and it's like, I'm not cussing! I'm not cussing! I am just talking! It's that was really funny.
Right. Yeah, I think it was flowers.
Yeah, it was like flowers or something. It's like,
so instead of being derpy and some wiggle and wrinkle and some of the words it is now, it was just always flowers. And so it was just, so when somebody actually said, hey, come look at the flower, come look at my flowers, it was kind of like, what? What did you say? Okay, so let's go to the next question. This is from Cache. Will you ever add mini games to the server? Well, I have added mini games to the server. In fact, we have paintball and we have spleef, and we've now kind of playing around with this one-on-one PvP thing. Mini games are not my thing. I think if you've played with me in mini games, you've known that Cache is not really good at mini games.
I'm the opposite. I'm more of a mini game person, but even when we have had mini games on here, we even do today. I mean, just look at some, commands for that, but we just have.
When we launch it, people play it for like 3 days.
I know.
And then they're done.
I remember paintball. We just had 3 days, and people were, had like 200 something games they won in like 5 hours. It was so crazy. And people just stopped. And I like I like mini games, but there's not enough people to actually play. They just go back to the normal server.
Right. So, and I think that, there are servers that focus on mini games, and there's servers that focus on different things. And we can't be everything to everybody, because then we wouldn't be as good as we are in what we do. And that's what makes our server awesome, in the sense of it meets the needs of those who play. And if it doesn't meet the needs of, you're going to go elsewhere. And people do, and that's fine. That's your choice to do. But, I don't mind having them. We'll occasionally add more of them, but we'll just see. All right.
We have so many questions.
Yeah, I don't. This is probably gonna be like 20 videos. Speedy Connor. Speedy.
We should try to speedy this up.
Yeah, we should. Okay. How do you choose mods, and what do you look for in mods? Well, Speedy, we've covered this, and I know that you didn't know that, and it's my fault for not getting these videos out further or earlier so that we can have some fresh questions. But yeah, we've covered that.
I'd like to say something, because a lot of these people, there's exceptions, but a lot of these people haven't played in forever, and they've kind of just walked away from the server because I don't know why, but so some of these questions, aren't up to date, but that's okay.
Yeah. All right, we got Enderliz here. I am confused on what the death chest is for, or does, and explain more of what it does. Okay. Well, the death chest is basically when you, for example, if you don't have a death chest and you die now, and you have items in your inventory, it will create a gravestone, which is the bedrock with the sign. And most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, you right click on it, you get your items back, you get your XP back, and you go on. The problem with that is sometimes somebody will come along and they will not understand how it works, and so they'll end up breaking the sign, and that messes it up. And while we've since kind of figured out how to fix that, before we couldn't fix it, and you pretty much lost your items. Sometimes somebody else would come along and break that sign. Another thing is, if you die in lava, it's almost impossible. And even if we go back, and even if a mod or an admin goes in and removes the lava around the gravestone, as soon as that gravestone breaks, lava comes back.
I've had experiences with that. Like, let's say I'm in survival and I'm in the middle of a mob of zombies and they die. I can't really go back until, it's daytime. Well, I just use zombies as an example. Say creepers. Okay? And they're gonna blow up, and you're gonna go back, and there's still more creepers that can blow up and die, and go back, blow up, die, and it just repeats. And like the lava, I went to the Nether once. I died in the lava. Tried to come back. I had some pretty special items. I couldn't get them back, so that stunk.
Yeah, and it was kind of glitchy almost sometimes, and so. But the death chest is great because you at your home you can have a chest that's empty. You can put death chest on it, and when you die, then everything goes there. All your experience levels, all your items go into there, assuming that it's empty or has enough room for all your items. And so then all you do is just use your home button and go back to that location where your death chest is. Get your items out, right click on the death chest sign to get your XP back, and you're good to go. And to me, that is just so simple, and I don't know why more people don't use it. But again, maybe it's like Kinderliz, she just doesn't quite understand it. So hopefully this can help you, and I encourage you to do that. You can even have a hopper underneath your death chest to drop more things down so that you can actually store more than just a double chest worth of items.
That's awesome. But also I want to say is people are always, they're like, well, how do I make a death chest? And they're usually new players. Like, I was trying to teach someone how to do it. And, you make it, when you go make a death chest, you make rows and rows of stuff. I found that if you just type the word death chest, one word makes it automatically.
Okay.
I mean, I thought that was really simple. And,
and that's all you have to do.
And people are going and trying to type exactly how you have it at spawn and the turtles.
Well, yeah, and I think let me jump back. We'll actually kind of do a video here, and I'm going to change my view. But if we go over here in the tutorial area, some of these change, but it says here, make a death chest, type death chest online 1. And then when you do that, it actually looks like the sign below it. So you don't have to type everything on there. You just type death chest, in the brackets, online 1, and it makes the chest or the sign look like it does.
I didn't even have to use brackets.
Okay. And you may not have to.
I mean, I didn't even have to do uppercase and lowercase.
Right. But yeah, if you type the brackets, it's sure to work, but perhaps it works without it too. So
I don't know.
But that's what a death chest is, and it's better than having this, because when you have that, it doesn't always work, and it's only good for a period of time too. These deactivate after like 70 hours, and so if you don't go back and get that, then there's nothing I can do to get it back. It's impossible. All right, we're going to switch gears here and get some more questions, and we'll be back. All right, we're back here. We're getting a whole new set of questions, and we're going to keep the ball going here.
Hey, we got Baba Black Sheep in the background, falling down a tree.
That's pretty funny and kind of distracting. Okay, let's see here. The poor sheep.
Face is like ripped off.
This is from Crazy. Dear Cache, I know you must hear this all the time, but I really do love playing on your server. It's the first I've found in a long time that I enjoy playing on. And I came up from a server where I was admin, but the rank of architect, and I built most of the server, including the spawn and cities. And you can see some of my work on Planet Minecraft under my name. And if you ever want anything built, feel free to ask. I mostly keep to myself on the server, just building a city far from anyone. I don't have one question for you though. Is there any way, or I do have one question, is there any way I could possibly have, and it's raining, have creative for like a day just so I could build my city faster? I promise not to abuse the powers. Well, it's interesting because he already got Player of the Day, and so he was able to use Fly and use all of the VIP features, and he was very thankful to have that, and he was able to finish up his area, and maybe when we get done with these questions, we can go and look at it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's
really amazing.
Very few people have seen it, and when I first saw it, I just happened to come across it, and I was just blown away.
Mind blown.
Yeah, it is good, and so we'll keep you on track for any future building projects here. Okay, so let's stop the rain. Rain, go away. Come again another day.
We got like rhymes now. We got Baba Black Sheep, and we got Rain, go away.
Looks like this was a Valentine's card. That was somebody.
We love you too.
Somebody didn't like theirs, so they give it back to me. I see how you are. Okay. Dear Roel, I really respect the server, and for the next video, I want you to either show all the people on the server on that time or build something with me. Another thing is you can teach me how to build a shop sign from Bill 413. Can be in your video.
Hi, Bill, again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we already covered his question before, and it was kind of the same thing.
First video.
Yeah, and he wanted to be part of. Well, we appreciate you wanting to be part of the video, and I'm sure that
that might be possible if we see you again.
Yeah, if we see you again. So anyway.
Bye, Bill.
Oh, that was from me to them. Okay, and that was that one. So let's go here to cheese pie.
I think it's
Chess pie. Cheese
chess
pie.
pie.
I always say cheese.
Well, yeah, one of my friends on here is just getting it all confused, and she thinks it's the funniest name in the whole world.
I am sad that you took our money away, and I think we should get it back. We earned it, and it's not fair to take it away. Give us our money back! Well, I don't know if it's such an issue anymore. These questions are from the last 2 months. And so, but there was an instance in which some people took advantage of some of the, I don't know what the correct word would be, but some of the loopholes in the server that allowed you to make money really quick, and it just completely destroyed the economy system. And it wasn't that they did it. So, I mean, it was that they did it, but what happened is they started giving the money out, and then the money went to other people and went to other people, and it became this money laundering type system, and it was just impossible to track down. And so I just felt it was, we'd already been, it was a new year, and I thought, let's just start it over. We'll give everybody money and just start it over. And there was some uproar over it a little bit from a few people, but I don't know. I don't hear anything about it anymore. So it's pretty easy to earn money on the server. You can just sell your items in your hand, and it's not a big deal.
No.
All right. So let's go to Yoshi997.
977.
How long did it take you to make the server? A couple days.
Tick tock. It really didn't take that long, but we did have it, not open to the public so we could test it out ourselves.
Yeah, and I remember when I first opened it up, that was a disaster because I didn't have everything.
We didn't have any protection plugins at spawn.
Well, I thought I had it set up right, but I didn't.
It was so much fun though.
Yeah, it was a big headache. It almost stopped me from starting the server. I almost just said that's enough.
But look at us now.
But look where we are now. So persistence pays in this case. So it just we kind of already knew what we wanted to do, and we just found a schematic for a plugin for a spawn, and started with that, and then just started having people join, and we just really kind of just fought the battles as they came, and almost a year later, here we are.
Yeah. When did we start the server? We need to have a anniversary.
Yeah, it's coming up. I think it's in either the end of March or early April, so in the next month.
I think it was in May.
No, I think it was April.
Anyways.
I don't know. I can go back and look. let's see here. Alex Flott. Hi, RoelandCache. To RoelandCache. May I please be a VIP? I kept bugging my parents to buy it, but they won't let me get it. Message me when you see this. Well, part of VIP is that it's a way of supporting the server, and I know this is hard. If your parents say no, there's really nothing you can do. But it does cost money to run the server, and it costs a lot, and it doesn't include any of the time that I spend in it, and debugging it, and trying to fix things and work with things. And that's not even just, helping the players or even playing in that aspect, but just running the server and all the behind the scenes stuff. And it requires a lot of time, and it does require money. And that's why the VIP is why so many things get stuffed into VIP, is because I want to really encourage you to contribute and to encourage your parents to contribute and to realize that it's not just to play a game. If you talk to your parents and they're struggling with paying and saying, hey, this guy is running this server and, he's doing it to make a better place for kids to play. And it's really fun, and it's so much different than the other servers. And I think that we should support this server, financially. Everybody, most adults will support a good cause that they believe in, and you can encourage them to support the cause of PickaxeMania. All right, so we got
Hostile Cheese.
I love that name. Thanks for making this the best server, and it can be, and I know in the future it will be even better because you have RoelandCache running it. Hostile has been kind of hostile towards me lately, and I'm just gonna be open about this because it's no secret.
No secrets here.
No, and I really like Hostile Cheese. I love the name. I mean, I just have visions of what that cheese is doing to him that's hostile. And so, but this is an example. I think that I'm just going to use it as an example, and this is nothing against you. This is just a good learning time for everybody. Is that when you start asking RoelandCache 30 questions when he gets on, and I'm speaking in third person here, it can be a burden. It's a burden to address 30 people with single questions. It's a greater burden to address one person with 30 questions.
I want to say something. A way you can help this is instead of saying, hey, speaking the question, like if it's a question that you think other people could answer, just don't say, hey, so and so blah 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 blah. You can just say, is it a question so anybody can answer it? Say, how do you place a block of dirt? I don't know, just an example.
Yeah, and if somebody requests something unique or something that only I can do, and they do it once in a while and they make a request, I'm more than happy to help out. But when those requests are several a day, it's like I've got a lot of other people. There's a lot of other people in the queue. And, if I could have some way to control the number of questions that people could have and request, and limit that to where it was fair for everybody. Because it's not fair for me just to spend all of my time helping you, or helping one player with all of their little issues, as opposed to helping everybody. So again, Hostile, I like you. I'm glad you're here. This is not pick on Hostile time because we love the cheese. We love the cheese. Okay, so let's go here and oh, is that another one? I think it is. All right.
Hello again, Hostile.
This is a good example. Okay. Why are you so good at making servers? Well, I think we already covered that. I don't know if I'm so good at it. Back in the day, back when I was a kid, I traveled 7 miles. At one point, back in the 90s, I started a website, which was a technical support website, and it took off, and it had over 1,000 volunteers from 30 countries, and providing free technical support for computer stuff on the internet, and it took off. And I think through that, I kind of learned how to deal with people online and how to deal with volunteers and kind of but really the magic really is in just, helping people and serving people, and not, I don't really look at mine and say I am Lord of all of the server. I mean, I have the ability to do that, but, I just like to be part of the server and to serve you guys. And that's really what I am, is I'm serving you. And when I get on, I'm answering questions. But again, this goes back to, if you ask too many questions, it can get a little frustrating for me to do that.
I think a lot of people think Cache is like this king. Well, he has a crown. But, I think if he wants to explain more on this.
So again, here we go. Another question from Hostile Cheese. RoelandCache, I would like to say thank you so much, and thanks for making the server as good as this one. You are the best. Can you think about letting VIPs bring spawners? I'm laughing at who's behind me.
He's doing you, Rose.
Who is it? I'm getting free
so many
gifts.
distractions.
That's so funny. I thought I was vanished.
I thought you were too, didn't you?
Oh, maybe I didn't unvanish. Okay, well, let's go back to Hostile here. Okay, let's see. I would like to thank you. Blah, 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 blah. Can you think about letting VIPs break spawners with Silk Touch? And my phone is going crazy with people talking. Okay. Yes, my phone does beep when certain things come up. Okay, let's see. Can you think about letting VIPs break spawners with Silk Touch and getting it, please? So many other VIP members want this. Thanks for making the server as good as this one.
Everybody's always asking me. It's like, hey, can I buy a spawner for like some, great deal of money? It's like, I'd love to give you a spawner, but, I'm really not that great at giving spawners. And, people think I have these, op permissions. And, I do have a lot of permissions, but I don't have as many permissions as Cache. And people are always, asking for spawners all the time. And, that's a good idea to have Silk Touch. Maybe get a plugin where you could actually pick up spawners.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to that. There was at one point when things were kind of buggy and I was having to spend my time trying to find these mob farms. And so it was kind of annoying to have a lot of spawner stuff, but we seem to have been able to kind of get over the curve of what was causing some of the laggy issues, and we don't really run into that much anymore. The general lag just tends to be, once in a while, maybe a new plugin or something to stick on. Okay. All right, so now we're going to
get a few more questions.
And we'll see how many more from Hostile Cheese.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
He means.
We love you, Hostile.
We really do.
We really do.
Let's get a position. Maybe we could face.
You
could face the back of my head up there in the background.
Yeah. I don't know. How come you're holding your sword out like that? That seems kind of awkward. Are you like...
I haven't built that much. That was a test.
Okay. I just, it looks kind of awkward to hold it like that.
Well,
but
I guess I really didn't think about that much.
Anyways, I just kind of put her on the spot on that. Okay, let's see here. JTM.
Space.
How many people apply to be a mod? Well, let's see here. I might edit this out, but let's just... Well, no, it's not going to show. Yeah, I don't even... I can get those numbers. We'll probably edit that back in here. A lot of people apply to be mod. In fact, too many people apply, so not everybody is able to be mod. But when you apply for mod, you have it what's happening is that many people are applying more than once, and that gets kind of annoying because I didn't really write the code to deal with that, so I've got to go in there and manually remove them. And of course, I could update the code to deal with that, but it's not like you apply for once and then we have some new moderators picked. You're still in the queue. And so when I look at who has applied, I look at activity and that sort of thing. At the time, I don't really care even if you applied for mod 8 months ago, if you're still active and you're still, you still have a chance of being a mod. So I don't know. We'll probably have to edit this one out and figure out how to deal with it. Let's see here. Gilly. It's Gilly. Is this a Christian server, and why do your mods let people take the Lord's name in vain? It's worse than cussing. Well, this is a great opportunity. I love questions like this because, is it a Christian server? I don't know that it would be a Christian server per se, other than that I am a Christian and I run it based upon Christian values. You don't have to be a Christian to play on the server. It's not a requirement. And in most cases, unless you're running around, speaking lies about Christianity, then I'm going to, I'll discuss those with you and express my concern about that. But I'm not going to, deal. I don't even know what I'm going to say because I'm already thinking about the next part of this question and I already know my answer. And my answer to the next part of this question is taking the Lord's name in vain. Most people, and I would say 99% of people, think that means saying something that says
like OMG or I don't know.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, exactly.
So like it. But what it really means, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. In fact, what that really means and what Scripture is teaching there is that you don't claim to be a Christian when you're not really a Christian. Because in the Bible, Jesus talks about that there are so many people. In fact, there's more people that think they're going to heaven than people who end up in heaven. Because there's the wide gate and with the wide path that many follow, and that leads to destruction. And there's the narrow gate, and it's the narrow gate that those who go through. And Jesus said, many will come to me in that day and say, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? Did we not perform any miracles in your name? Did we not? And Jesus said, depart from me, I never knew you. You who practice lawlessness, which is sin and bad things. So I don't have a problem with somebody saying OMG or saying that, because that really, my concern would be is if somebody who claims to be a Christian is saying that, then I would have concern over that, and I'd have concern over their mouth. But it's just it's what we would call a shepherding time, is to sit down and talk about that, and to find out are you really Christian, or do you just think you're a Christian because you go to church, or you went to church sometime, or you just think you're a Christian? Because that's the way I was. I grew up thinking I was a Christian, and I really wasn't until I was like 18. And we can go into that. That's a great discussion we can get into.
Video for this.
That could be a whole nother video. And it probably will.
Millions of videos.
Yeah.
Basically, go to church.
Not just any church, though.
No. Right.
That's the problem.
That's the thing.
Is most churches are lost.
What's next?
Yoshi just said, "It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up." I can't talk right now. Okay, who's this?
I think it's another Valentine. No?
Gilly, Cash, I have a question, but I want to say something first. I I love this server.
Because everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Sorry, I had to get that out. LOL. My question is, there is a vote and referrals sign on the Player of the Day stand. What does that mean? That's a very good question. Basically, there is a way that we can track how many players you were referred if those players would say, so-and-so referred me. And it's available, and my goal was to have some type of reward system when you refer people and they've played for a certain period of time, that you would get a reward. Perhaps they would also get a reward or an award or whatever it wants to be. But I just haven't quite figured out what to do with that. And with everything else going on, it just kind of has gone on the to-do list, and I really haven't done anything about it. But basically, there is a way that you can get credit for referring people, and that might, at some point, give you some points or give you some different things, whether it's cash or, something else. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think we're getting questioned out.
I think we're getting a little more tired.
We've done all of these videos.
Your voice is changing again.
It is.
Yeah.
Our voice is our voice.
Our voice, but we're all one person.
I think our brains are like overloaded because all of these videos were all done at one time. All right, let's just keep going though, because we're almost done. Yeah, right. Okay, well, some of these are just Valentine's Day cards that, like, Tony apparently didn't like his, so he gave it back to me. Izzy.
Okay, please.
Izzy, I heard. Let's see here. Let's see.
Don't let your crown get wet.
Son. Oh no, it's rusting.
I must hide in this.
Okay. From Izzy, how do you spawn the Ender Dragon if you are VIP? Well, that's a good question. And there was a sign when you went to the end, and it said, all you have to do is type /NEND space respawn. And that was there until like yesterday. And I goofed up and deleted it all. So it's not there anymore. But that's what you do. And we need to add that command. I need to add that command to the VIP list so that it's in there. And so that you can reference that through there. So very good, very good. Next question. Oh, and Izzy again. Okay. No, maybe that was that one. How do you make a server? How do you make the server in the clay biome? Or maybe it should be, why did I do it?
I think it's maybe she's having a hard time trying to build in a mesa biome.
Well, I'll just answer the question.
Both questions.
When we did the spawn contest, we made a separate world with the same seed. And I said, wherever you build your spawn, whoever wins, that's where it's going to be in the new world. And this happens to be where Death by Chris created her spawn, which was right here. And that's where it ended up. So whether that was good or not, I don't know. I didn't really think ahead enough to think, oh, one's if it's in a different place. Or one's if it's somewhere that may not be the best place to be a spawn. But honestly, I think it's worked out fine. At our last spawn location, we had a ton of stuff built around there, but very few people used it. It was kind of like a ghost town around spawn. And
that's why we got a different spawn. Start over.
Yeah, and we had some issues with some chunk loading issues and that sort of thing over there. So things kind of got messed up.
Dragon.
So anyway, that's why it's where it is. It's because we can thank Death by Chris for that. Okay, the next question is, never mind about YouTube rank. I'm happy being VIP. Hey, that's pretty cool. All right, that's what I like to hear. People who are satisfied. That is awesome.
Satisfaction.
And we got Bill.
Again, I like Bill.
Dear Roll, I was wondering if I could build with you, like record, this is like is this the same question?
Bill, we'd love to do a video with you. Just, we'd love to see you again.
Yeah, we'll just skip that one. Okay, so let's.
We only have a few more.
We only have a few more, and then we can take a break and get some caffeine and
take a break.
Get some protein and
live our lives
and have our brains refresh. These videos seem like such a big deal, and probably because we wait so long to make them, and they do become a big deal, and they take up like all of our time.
Not really. You said earlier it wasn't that much of a deal, but until we really got into it, we've been using it.
What did I do with that one? I hit one and it disappeared.
Oh no. Well.
Who was it?
Oh well. Uh-oh.
Well, we can look at the video and go back. Okay, well, let's just go to the next one here. This is by Book and Quill.
Mighty.
Let's see, Mighty.
Some other Mighty.
Cache. Another Mighty. Cache, can I have a bunch of emerald blocks, please? Let me know.
For a beacon?
I think you could buy. No, you can't buy emeralds in the Cache store.
Why don't I'll just put some emerald blocks in my server store.
I think VIPs can do that. So yeah, talk to Kansas. She might hook you up. All right.
It will require money though.
PG. Dear RoelandCache, how do people become mods? And we've discussed that question, so we'll move on. What do you do to make a server? Let's just keep reading. How do you make people not cuss? Well, we kind of discussed that. How do you make people not cuss? You can't make people not cuss. But you can strongly discourage it by A, charging them money when they do, and B, banning them.
Yeah, we are really strict about what people say. I mean, especially like cussing. And, people just don't do it because they know the consequences. They've seen it so many times.
Right. Do people annoy you? I would be lying if I said that people do not annoy me. But that said, I have a lot of patience for a lot of different people, and so it would take a lot to annoy me. But I think when I get asked a lot of questions all the time by the same person, wanting the same thing or never giving up, that's almost like whining. That's almost like a little kid in the middle of a store, laying down on the ground, and then screaming at the top of their lungs and banging their legs on the floor and their arms on the floor and just the classic tantrum. That's basically what it's whining, and it's just asking that same. It's just throwing a fit. That's all it is. That's the way I see it, and that's annoying. But overall, most people don't annoy me because I'm sure that I annoy people too, right?
Especially when, yeah.
Yeah, Kent's like, yep, See, I probably am with these questions. No, you're not annoying with your questions. And thanks for awesome server. Well, thank you for playing on the server and for asking a question. And I think I skipped a question. What do you do to make a server? Really, it's more than I'll go into right now. But you have to have a server. I mean, like an actual computer, and if you have it at home, it's not going to perform as well as if it's at a dedicated data center, which is where ours is at. And it takes a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of technical stuff. There are ways to get around some of that. Many people do it, but I've gotten on other servers and the performance is leaves much to be desired. And I think we've got...
We skipped one, didn't we?
Did we skip? Oh, no. Okay. We got all of these here. And this is from... How do you do the NPCs? Well, the NPCs are non-player characters. That's what it stands for.
Oh, you learn something new every day.
Yep. And it's just a plugin. It's called Citizens. And I can just go and create them, and they can do many different things. I just kind of have them standing around looking dumb. But they could follow you around, and they could fight monsters on your behalf.
They can build stuff.
They can even build things that you give them schematics. Some of them can even buy and sell and do things. But again, they just don't really fit into our server a lot for those other features. And so they're fun to play around with, but I don't know. I've had one follow me around for a while, and it's really kind of annoying.
I know. I'll be trying to build when I was trying to build my giant statue over there in the background, I had Roland Adventure following me around. It's like I had to like get rid of you, and I didn't want to walk upstairs and ask you to get rid of her. So it's just like, ugh.
Next question by Ivy Kitty Star. How come the creative is connected and sometimes not? I get really sad because my best build is there. Also, I keep getting griefed, and I really hate it. Can you help me? People just come to my builds, and then once I come back, and it's all grieved.
The world is so evil, Ivy.
Someone won't help me, and it makes me sad and angry at the same time.
Ooh.
Well, we're just having fun with that. We love you, Ivy. That was not to make fun of you. That was just to
set the tone.
We're just trying to be good video people here. So why is creative sometimes there and sometimes not? We've had some issues with it causing lag, and a lot of the redstone stuff and some of the different things on there. I've actually turned a lot of that off now. So as of just a couple days ago, the creative world is back, and it's been there for a couple of days now. Will it always be there? I don't know. We might change it out, but for now it's there, and you can get there. But again, if something gets grieved, that's, again, we've talked about, there's plus and minuses to plugins that allow you to do that. And I would rather throw more moderators and make more people moderator that can go and deal with that stuff than to have a plugin that we've still got to deal with, that we've got to help you, be able to protect your stuff and do things. And then if we have that type of plugin, then do we say, oh, well, you didn't protect it? That was your fault. You had to fix it. So anyway, again, we're not going to go into that. We've already kind of discussed a lot of these things. But we love you, and creative is back. So I'm sure you'll be happy.
Book.
Is this the last? Who was this?
Bye. Thank you.
Arctic Hour.
Thank you, Arctic.
Dun, dun. It's the last question of the video.
Make sure to
Comment. Hello, Cache. When I get bored of Minecraft, my friends told me to come on this server and help us build a spawn for VIP. And so I joined, and after we finished the spawn, so my friends told me to build your own house. So I said, okay. A few minutes later, I finished my house, and it was an igloo, and I met some awesome people on the server, and I made new Minecraft friends, and I did not get bored of Minecraft anymore. All because of this server. I am not bored of Minecraft anymore. I love this server. From Arctic Hour for RoelandCache. Awesome.
It's a great way to end the video.
That is a great way to end the video, and that's exactly what I wanted this server to be, is to be awesome, and for you to come here and feel awesome and to enjoy Minecraft. Because what makes Minecraft servers no fun is A, bad language, 2 is building something and having it griefed and it can't be restored, 3 is worlds just resetting. You go back and you're like, this doesn't even look like what the server used to look like. Where's all my stuff? And nothing works.
PvP.
Yeah, you don't get killed as soon as you get on the server because there's no PvP. And it's friendly. You can actually talk and get other people to respond. I get on a lot of servers just to see what other people are doing, and I can't even get anybody to talk to me. But, people will have whole entire conversations among, I can see all these conversations going on, but it's like I don't exist. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because I haven't reached a certain level and they mute everybody until you get to a certain time. I don't know. But I don't stay around long enough to figure that out. But what I do know is people love the server and they like what we're doing, and I don't see that we need to change a lot to try to make it better. But we can try. That's what we're always doing, is adding new stuff and trying different things out. So anyway, we thank you for playing on PickaxeMania. On behalf of KansasCityGirl, we wish you a farewell.